Gentlemen and ladies, it is time for some new Big Tuna content, and I'm not my Enhancement Shaman. I'm not even in the game right now. The video you're currently, or the gameplay you're seeing is, just videos that you've most likely seen on my channel previously, in the previous weeks or so. But I have tried to get a good recording this past like 2 hours, and I just haven't gotten it. So, you know what, roll with it. All right, if you haven't seen them, great, but if you have seen them, then I'm sorry you're kind of watching, used content, but I just need something to play in the background. So what have I called you children here today? And it's a pretty important message. So currently my stomach is hurting just because I haven't eaten in a while, and the dieting these past couple of days has just been pretty awful. Not dieting, the actual consumption of foods has been pretty lackluster for what my body needs, and I'm on the verge of collapsing in terms of sleep because I've fallen asleep on my computer like 4 times already, and that's something I've never done before, so it's definitely quite concerning for me. But the desire and the willpower to record this supersedes my natural health conditions. So what is Big Tuna talking about here? Big Tuna is here to talk about some things. As you know, I haven't been on the YouTube scene. I've been pretty absent from the whole YouTube scene for like a week or so, and that has also meant that I've been absent from the WoW scene. I haven't been on WoW for like 2 weeks, just because it's a pretty common problem that a lot of people have. Is I just got kind of bored of the game. Dragonflight is definitely a really good expansion, and it's an expansion that is definitely a lot better than what we've seen. So Blizzard's doing amazing work, especially with PvP tunings that are pretty fast and consistent with developer notes. Blizzard's killing it. Obviously, it's not perfect. There's still certain things that slip by, which causes a lot of frustration. But you know what? If you're gonna flame Blizzard, you also gotta give them a pat on the back when something does go right. So that's what I'm doing. But I haven't been on WoW just because when you're doing the same thing repeatedly, it gets kind of stale. And with me, that's Battlegrounds. I like Battlegrounds. It's the only thing I find fun in WoW. It's the only reason why I play WoW, actually, just for Battlegrounds. World PvP, I'm very picky with what I do in WoW. World PvP, PvE, Mythic Plus, raids, solo shuffle, arenas, like that stuff just really is not fun for me, especially like rated content, and actual high-end PvE. It's not fun just because it's just really sweaty, it's try-hardy, like people just take it too seriously, and it's an uncomfortable surrounding. And a random PvP, just Battlegrounds. RBG is an exception just because it's just giant clashes, big team fights, a lot of action. It's amazing, but obviously that gets pretty stale. So I've just taken a step back from the whole WoW scene, but that's the least of my concerns. All right, the YouTube image is what is the big concern. So why have I stepped away from YouTube for quite a bit? Because obviously I've been absent from WoW, so that the normal videos you're used to seeing have not been on the channel. So, but there's a bigger reason, and the big reason is what Big Tuna wants to do with this glorious channel he has. New Year's was definitely interesting for myself. It was interesting, I gave up on the goal of hitting 1,000 subscribers and actually getting monetized. I gave up on that completely. I would constantly just check the where I was at in terms of monetization, watch hours, subscribers, and the numbers were never just really going up. But until Dragonflight, specifically, the pre-patch of Dragonflight, like everything kind of turned around. The views were going into the thousands. Like I had to like pray to the Lord that I got like at least 100 views in like the first day, but now I can get like 1,000 views in like the first like 10 hours. Like that's crazy. Obviously now it's slowing down a bit just because I have the consistency of me being on WoW, and the content that's actually going out has been just abysmal. So, but you know, just looking back and seeing, you know, the views and where I'm currently at, like it's astonishing. Like, you know, again, I gave up on kind of doing the whole thing, so I was never going to give up on YouTube, but you know, there's a lot bigger plans I have in mind. But just seeing the turnaround of numbers, and obviously prioritizing certain stuff was really a big eye-opener. So, you know, when I hit that big 1,000 subscribers, like it was pretty amazing, you know. And seeing you know, like, hey, you were not eligible for the YouTube partner program, like that was like, wow, like I did not think I was going to hit that before December ended. Like that's crazy, before New Year's. So that was pretty amazing. That's pretty big dick, as Gold would say. But enough of that. So what is Big Tuna trying to get at? The idea of future content. So I guess to kind of speed it up, the grandiose kind of theme of what Big Tuna is looking for with the whole YouTube journey, and like the main goal that I have in mind is I want to tear down the world of influencers and be the kind of new dawn. That's pretty big, Big Tuna. What the hell do you mean by that? Basically, you know, in today's world, there are a lot of words that get tossed around like a slice of bologna that shouldn't be tossed around. You know, their meanings and their true value have been stripped away to, you know, by people to make it easier to assume these roles, which is not. It's basically people have kind of stripped away what it truly means to just kind of take the easy way out, you know, and to be somebody that they're not, and to be looked upon better. Words like corny, but love and, you know, hero, like those are words that are jumbled around nowadays that people don't even remember what the true meaning is. And one of those words is influencer. Nowadays people think that, you know, if they get X amount of subscribers and views that they immediately become an influencer. That's not how it works. And I wouldn't be so pent up and fired up about this if the word itself just wasn't amazing, you know, already. If it was just some random word, random definition, like, yeah, I could give a shit. But no, influencer, that's one of those words that just hearing it is, you know, it's truly amazing. But what do I mean by all this? Well, anybody can pick up a camera and pick up a microphone and record a video and, you know, have thousands or millions of people view it. That's great and all. Like, I'm not saying you're not a content creator. Like, you definitely are a content creator. But are the words, and do your words have the power to truly motivate and bring people together and actually push people to aspire new limits? Because, you know what, there are in a world where heroes only exist in fairy tales and influencers are, you know what, are now this giant handful of just, you know, self-absorbed people. Like, it really pisses me off when people claim to be influencers, or, you know, be like, oh yeah, I'm an influencer. Like, no, you are a content creator. Like, you know, Charlie D'Amelio and, you know, all you people up there who, you know, sitting on your kingdom of, you know, bullshit, you're content creators. I'm not going to diss you on that. Like, you make content, people enjoy them, you know, people watch them every day because it's just genuinely entertaining. That's great and all. But are you an influencer? Like, that, they're two completely different, you know, things that nowadays, whenever I say that, like, people they're confused because they're led to believe that they're one and the same. I'm an influencer. Oh, you immediately think that of, okay, a social media star, you know, whenever you hear influencer nowadays. Like, that's, like, I really hate that. So I'm basically like the stain of this world of content creation, meaning, you know, if from My Hero Academia, Stain, the villain who is trying to tear apart the world of fake heroes, basically, I'm basically Stain of this world, of the YouTube world. So if you don't know what My Hero Academia is or anime is, then, you know, this just sounds like a load of horse manure. But that's the main goal of Big Tuna, is to actually be what an influencer truly is, you know. And of course that translates to what type of content that'll be on the channel. You know, previously, back in the heyday, I used to do rant videos. Rant videos that would just be from anything to like news or anything that's really just popping off right now in terms of media and what people are listening to, or just certain problems that people face every day. You know, it could be any rant, you know. But I don't do those anymore because, you know, from then, I'm obviously a lot smarter now than I was before. Smarter to the point where, you know, when I look back 5 years or 10 years from now, I'm not going to regret what I said. You know, basically a comfortable level of knowledge right now is where I'm at. So, you know, that's why a lot of this stuff's kicking in now than previously. So, you know, that's definitely the main goal of the Big Tuna channel and just Big Tuna in general. So, or I should say Nathan Mendoza, that's my real name. You know, that's our main goal basically. And the channel will have to still be there. Like, of course, like, again, I don't want to do World of Warcraft, you know, Enhancement Shaman Battlegrounds all the time. Like, that's not really gonna get me anywhere, you know. They're fun and all, it's cool, but again, it's just, you know, there are already so many Battleground PvPers out there that's like, it's a very large world, and again, it's not gonna get me. It's not gonna push me anywhere. It's not gonna push me closer to what my goal really is. It definitely grants me a bigger audience, which is amazing, but it's nowhere near to what I really need. It's nowhere near to my full power, basically. So, in terms of what content I actually want to make, obviously excluding, you know, the whole touchy-feely, you know, big dream life is, you know, like, I want to try, you know, I want to spice up the content, you know, streaming is an interesting thought. I mean, to be honest, I wanted to be a streamer more than just somebody who makes videos. Just because streamers, it's obviously just a lot more free. But I'm also somebody who likes to prepare and likes to take 3 seconds to think and to make sure I'm understood, which is why I like videos better. But, you know, just streaming to make content a little bit easier in terms of just, again, being free and what I can say and, you know, what type of content there is. Like, I want to expand what you can see, like, you know, playing more like fun games, like, I don't know, like Dying Light or like Back for Blood and everything like that, you know. But that requires friends, which I don't have. All my friends, which is not a lot, by the way, are strictly in WoW. They do not leave that game. That is their game. They do not know what the outside world is of gaming. So, you know, they're strictly WoW business, all right? So, you know, I mean, I never had friends to begin with, so now, you know, nowadays the number is just, you know, it's still pretty small. So, and a lot of that content is only good when you have X amount of friends with playing with you, which I don't have. So that has gatekeeped a lot of what I wanted to do with, you know, the content you see on the channel. That definitely does suck. But that's kind of like the more like side quest goal. Back to what the main goal is. It's obviously going to be hard to get there because it's, you know, like, tearing down the world of influencers. Like, that's not something that like somebody, like, just some random kid can do. Like, no, like, that's a big goal, and it's definitely not something that can be completed in you know, 2 days. Like, no, it's definitely going to take a long time and a big audience, you know. But I guess kind of like one of the stepping stones to that would be kind of with my older brother. My older brother is an aspiring musician. He's been, you know, the love for music, the power of music has been with him since he was like 5. So, you know, his voice and his talent is definitely from the one above all, you know, the big man above. So, you know, his goal and his plan, you've probably seen him from just checking the channel. Like, it's literally under my bro, like that section, so you can see him. But his goal with his leading charge with his YouTube channel, and, you know, another stepping stone to his grandiose kind of, you know, dreams and ideal, becoming the next the symbol of peace, the symbol of music, is to have like a podcast or live stream, whatever you want to call it, titled "We Need to Talk." Why titled "We Need to Talk"? Well, because what is the one sentence that can just break an entire family, break an entire relationship, split open any bit of relations you can think of? It's "we need to talk," whether it be family members, loved one, wife, girlfriend, whatever. It's definitely a rough sentence, and a sentence that can just, once you hear it, like it'll just send you into a world of panic. But it'll just be like an actual live stream or an actual podcast, not just Joe Rogan, Theo Vaughn type bullshit. Like, no, like an actual podcast. People can tune in and can listen and share their stories. And and me and my brother are smart people. I'd like to assume. Definitely, we're definitely cursed with the realm of being in our own heads and our own minds acting as our own prison. So that obviously leads to, thinking a lot, which means we're smarter and better. L plus ratioed. I still don't know what that means. I'm just gonna assume that means, just, I don't know. All right, I don't know what I'm saying, but especially with me, where, my thinking and just the way my mind works is, like my room and my my mind is, like I said, it's my own prison. So which leads to me closing off all the doors that would lead to knowing what my true intentions are, and just who Big Tuna or who Nathan Mendoza really is. So basically leading to me being a lot more to myself, introverted. So, not really wanting to see, or not really wanting anybody to get close to make connections with myself. So, so the whole "We Need to Talk" podcast, it's definitely a stepping stone that we want to do. So hopefully you guys like that idea, and if that's something that does interest you, definitely stay tuned, and maybe you'll see it in the coming weeks or so. But that's kind of just one I wanted to talk about a bit for the YouTube scene. With the whole business, what's going on. So the big goal is obviously something that, it's not something like, oh, I want to hit 1 million subscribers. Like, no, this is something that, like, I have to twist and turn and make people understand what I really mean when I say tear down the world of influencers, because not a lot of people are going to understand, which when you're somebody who knows, and it's really just hard to make people understand and see. I wish I could just take my eyes and have you see through them like a pair of goggles, but it doesn't work like that. So it's definitely going to be hard, but that's the goal I want to aspire to. And like, if I have to just, it's a new year, I'm going to be turning 1 year older, so I have to, like, the plans have to be made now, to aspire and to spiral towards that goal, or else I'm just going to be like every other tomb or grave that we're stepping on, a land of broken dreams. So I don't really want to be another soul who couldn't reach what they desired most. So I gotta act now. So that's kind of what I want to talk about. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the PvP content, even though it's literally just PvP videos you've seen already. But if you haven't seen them, great. And let me know what you guys think. Maybe say a couple of reassuring things, or tell me to piss off. Either one I'm probably gonna laugh at. But yeah, that's kind of just what Big Tuna has in mind. So I'm definitely okay. Like I'm definitely fine. So you don't really need to concern yourselves, which you probably weren't either way. But it's just something I wanted to, you know, let the people know. So just so you guys understand that, you know, Big Tuna's still here. He's just evolving. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Links in the description if you want to see more Big Tuna, and of course my PvP build is always in the description. And if you guys enjoyed the video and you wanna see how far I can take myself, then you know, comment, like, subscribe with notifications on so you never miss another video, which is going to be very sloppy from now on because I mean WoW is just something I'm not having too much fun with now. So hopefully I can, you know, compensate for that. But hopefully you all enjoyed, and hopefully you all had an amazing New Year's and are, you know, working towards your 2023 goals. And I'll see you all in the next life. Peace. You make me feel